I've never done a video like this before, or any voiceover video for that matter. However, I saw something regarding the Wanzl Technoport entry gates at Tesco Beccles the other day, which I just found ridiculous to a point where I've decided to make a video about it. You may remember for our community post a while back that these gates were installed, left powered off, then removed. However, they've since been reinstated. Before I provide a full explanation as to why I'm making this video, let me just show you the short clip I recorded of the Technoports. What you just saw is what happens when you attempt to backflow out of an open Technoport. That siren was not me triggering the emergency breakout function, which is when you push a gate in the opposite direction of people flow, but instead the gate's taken a disliking to me simply walking out of them. Not only does this alarm sound if you approach the gates from the opposite direction whilst they're open, it also happens whilst they're closed, meaning all you have to do to activate a siren is literally just approach the gates from the opposite direction. I wouldn't have much of a problem with the gates kicking off about you backflowing through them if it wasn't for the fact that there's no other easily accessible way to exit the store which doesn't involve setting alarms off, since Tesco recently decided to power off and block off their dedicated exit gates nationwide. If I inquired about this decision, I guarantee they would say it's due to theft. However, I'm certain that they've just done it so you have to walk past more merchandise to exit. Tesco and Morrison's used to use some cheaper iTab gates, which didn't kick up a fuss when you walked out of them. However, they seem to be discontinued, since I can't locate them on iTab's website. I didn't have much of a problem with these gates, since if you wanted to exit without setting an alarm off, all you had to do was wait for somebody else to enter, then exit whilst the gates were open after their entry. Thankfully, the Technoport isn't on the level of the iTab Alpha Gate, iTab iTab Easy Gate, and potentially the Wanzl E-Gate, as these gates immediately close if you attempt to go the opposite direction through them. I couldn't find any videos demonstrating this on the E-Gate, but take a look at these iTab promotional videos. Now, I really can't stand this gate behaviour, as it could actually be hazardous in some scenarios. Let's say the fire alarm had activated in a store with these gates, and the gates weren't wired up for the fire alarm system to automatically open like they normally are. People would be approaching them from the store side, and the gates would be constantly reopening due to the amount of people on the entrance side, meaning people from the store side would approach the open gates, just to find that they start beeping and swiftly close. If the people didn't realise that it's incredibly easy to trigger emergency breakout, this could be a severe evacuation hindrance until someone works out they can just push the gates. Back to the Wanzl Technoports at Tesco briefly, the staff seem to already be sick of the gates, as they don't even blink an eye when the alarms activate on them, which is fairly frequently during peak times. I was going to do an emergency breakout test on the Technoports, just to see if the alarm was any louder than the backflow alarm. However, there was a security person standing right by the gates when I went back to do that test. While security staff don't exactly have much power, I didn't want to deal with the possible confrontation which could lead to me possibly having to explain why I'm filming myself activate a gate alarm. So in summary, I absolutely hate people flow control systems, and I'd be setting off the alarm on any gates I wanted to pass through which had automatically resetting alarms if it wasn't for the fact that my relatives don't like the attention drawn to me when I trigger these alarms. Before you go, I'd appreciate it if you leave some feedback on this video in the comments section, since I've never done a video like this before. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.